This is Dabu 7. It seems that we have entered a moment in time where big things are about to change. The currency that you use in life and have used all your life is about to change as well, because they're about to try to digitize this through one big event. To lay out the groundwork for this, they had to go global, and they're about to implement it, and it was all scheduled to begin March 10th, the same day as this Federal Reserve Bank board meeting that is closed to the public. They were going to launch this. They're now saying they're going to sunset this till July 14th of 2025, meaning that we have a window that is opened here of time where they are implementing this brand new way that they're transferring money via cross-border payments and digitizing everything and connecting it to the ledgers, to the blockchain. And this was supposed to be all rolled out on the 10th. I've warned about this many times, but now they've opened this up to where it expands out, where it's going to be a slow rollout, but it's begun or beginning. They're going to phase out the old way of sending on March 9th. That was what the scheduled procedure was. So now they're giving it more time to be fully implemented and rolled out here globally. This opens the door for that world currency to be rolled out. Now, what Trump's done in the United States is he's already started attacking the fiat currency almost immediately. He came in and he's ordered that they do away with minting pennies. Pennies will no longer be produced by the United States. The nickel will be next, and they'll go right on down the line saying that they cost too much to make, and they're just going to remove them from the system. It's exactly what he's ordered thus far. Now, we have all this talk of the blockchain system being incorporated full scale, and the people that were worried about a CBDC that want to say, oh, Trump signed an executive order against the CBDC. That was just a buffalo. The people that didn't know anything about it. Because with the other hand, he turned around and he gave you blockchain via his Trump coin and backs WorldCoin and is openly stating that they want to be at the forefront of AI and crypto. So he threw a bone to all those people out there that have a small mind and cannot see this for what it is. You had a problem with the CBDC, he signed a piece of paper basically saying, well, we won't call it that, and threw it to you, and y'all took it and ran the other way. In the meantime, this is a full-scale implementation of a global system that's happening. This is where they can transfer all these currencies back and forth instantly, and it doesn't matter what you call it. It doesn't matter the name on any of them, on any of the cryptos, on any of anything, because it's all sent the same way. So in the end, this is a global beast system being rolled out right in front of you. So are you ready? Now get ready for this world currency, because again, once they make this move, it doesn't matter what you call it. They're all the same thing at that point. What's really going to count is what's counted all along. What kind of real money do you got to back it with? Gold, silver. What's really in Fort Knox? We may be in for some big shocks here, but the world is a stage, and one thing's for sure. They're telegraphing right here on The Economist that Trump is here to do that, to kill the dollar and to burn it down through and through and to replace it with the new system. He's even said, under his power here, they are looking to reset it all. So you can't reset something unless the old system is torn down or done away with. And this right here is a transfer that they've been waiting for a long time. Many people just not hip to it. Well, get hip to it. It begins March 10th at this Federal Reserve Board meeting, and by July of this year, it will be full-scale implemented. So get ready. It's right here in front of your face. Crazy times we're in. Join me on the live streams. Going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Dabu 77, talking about this and a whole lot more. Hope to see you there. Much.
All right, Shalom, Akim, Shalom, Shalom. All right, this is your brother Zakar Ya'Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. All right, come with another lesson to the Spirit. The Lord willing us be edifying to the Lord's elect. All right, before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Yahawadah. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. All right, and shalom to the hopeful elect, to the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. All right, I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barakatham. As you listen to the video, all right, coming from Dabu 7, man, these devils are making their moves, man. All right, they're making their moves. This thing's about to pop off quick. All right, quick. You know what I'm saying? These jokers are no longer they're no longer taking their time on this thing. You know what I mean? They're not tiptoeing anymore. You know what I'm saying? Which is what we've been waiting for, man. You know what we've been waiting for. Every year we be like, listen, Esau, man, stop dragging your damn feet. All right, let's get it popping. Let's get it rolling. You know what I'm saying? Come on, chop chop. And here it is. Here it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's about to get rolling, man. It's about to get rolling. All right, why? Because the faster this thing happens, the faster these things go forward and progress, the faster we can get the fuck up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? The faster the elect can get out of here. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, and please excuse me, my eyesight's not as you know, spectacular today, so I gotta use my glasses. But nevertheless, I'm going to be reading from a couple articles, all right, that I got queued up, and I'm not going to be reading them on the you know, the phone right here, all right, but I will be putting up the titles of the articles so you can go check them out yourself, all right. And some of these you know, one of these articles is very lengthy, so I'm not going to get all of that article. You know, the others, I'm going to get like maybe most of the article, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to start off with the largest article, all right? But before we do that, let me get a scripture. Salakia. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 4. And it reads, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts, Yahawah Tazabawath." All right. So, you know, this thing's about to come to a fruition, man. You know, because this guy's already he's already calling himself a king. You know what I'm saying? He's already talking about a forever, you know, presidency. All right. And nobody's checking them on these things, man. Nobody's all these so-called Trumpians, if you will. All right, nobody's checking them on that. Nobody's talking about the Constitution or anything, man. His advisors and his you know, cabinet administration have been spitting on that damn Constitution, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, you really think that your boy Musk up in there is talking about the Constitution and what's best for the people? You know what I'm saying? No. Your boy Musk is put up in there for a particular reason, all right, a particular purpose, and you know, he's gonna fulfill it, right? He's gonna fulfill that thing, man. Like the elder Apostle Tahar said, you know, I truly believe that that Trump is going to be the one to bring forth the MOTB, man. All right, so let's get this going with the first article. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make this too long, so bear with me. All right, so this first article is the longest article that I'm going to be reading. Okay, this is coming from zerohedge.com. All right, and the title reads, CBDC, the impacts on freedom, privacy, and economic development. All right, you know, people are starting to realize that you know, These guys are not they're not pushing freedom, man. All right, they're not pushing freedom. And just like Dabu 7 had mentioned, you know, those who don't think, all right, those are these people who don't think, you know, they heard him say, "Oh, I'm signing an executive order that we're not going to be implementing any CBDCs in America." You know what I'm saying? And everybody jumped for joy, and then they went on home. You know what I'm saying? They went home and they just grabbed a beer and you know, kicked their feet up. You see what I'm saying? But no, man, no. You know, you gotta understand how this devil moves. You see what I'm saying? The way these devils move, they're slippery. You know what I'm saying? Slippery. They're sly. That's the correct word. They're sly. You know what I'm saying? They're very cunning. All right, very cunning. And so, you know, they'll come with one with one proposal. All right, and the people will catch wind of that proposal, and then they will chop that. You know, they'll chop it, put that to the side. And what they'll do is they'll bring it right back, but they will rename it. All right, they'll rename it as something else. You see, and then the public will accept it. All right. Look at what happened with the Federal Reserve. Before it was the Federal Reserve, it was something else. I forgot what it was. Shit, I forgot what it was, but it was called something else when they first proposed it. All right, and the public had went against it. So what they did was they scrapped it. Theoretically, they scrapped it. All right, and then years later they reintroduce it, and they call it Federal Reserve, the Federal Reserve, man. You know, and so the people, not knowing any better, all right, they accept it because it says federal on it. All right, so since it's federal, you know, they'll think that, okay, this is something that's not centralized, or something that's not in the hands of oligarchs or what have you. You know what I'm saying? So same thing's happening here. All right, instead of calling it CBDC, we'll call it Trump coin or something like that. You know, he's pretty much capitalizing off the fact that his approval ratings are higher. You know what I'm saying? So get ready for the rulership of a cruel lord, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, and at the end of the day, he's only a puppet. You know what I'm saying? He's only a puppet. He's not in control of anything. You know what I'm saying? He was put in that position for a purpose, and just like Elon Musk, he's going to fulfill it. All right. So the article starts. It says, recent research highlights a concerning trend. 84% of Americans are afraid to exercise their freedom of speech, according to a New York Times opinion Siena College poll. All right, while the statistic alone is alarming, it only scratches the surface of a broader issue: the gradual erosion of personal liberties. All right, so you know that's 84%, man. 84% of Americans, and that's under Trump's watch. You know what I'm saying? Under Donald Trump, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. You know, when this devil brings about the famine of the word, you know what I'm saying, it's going to reach its peak. You know what I'm saying? It's going to reach the height of, you know, of, hey man, you're not allowed to say this, you're not allowed to say that. As a matter of fact, they just pulled, I believe it was like like $400 million, I think it was. $400 million from one university who they claimed was not willing to stop hate speech against the small hats. You know what I'm saying? So they cut funding for quote unquote anti-semantics. You know what I'm saying? I'll say it that way. All right, as the beloved Elder Malcolm says, you know. So yeah, we can clearly see the beginning stage of this. All right, Where's Matt? Let me get that real quick since I mentioned it. Let's go to Amos. All right. Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. And it reads, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, but nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahawah, and shall not find it. Okay, and you can find that, you'll find that written throughout the Second Esdras. All right, Second Esdras, I believe it's 6th chapter. But nevertheless, the time is coming, man. All right, the time is coming where you're not going to be able to criticize the government. You're not going to be able to say this or say that. You know what I'm saying? The prophet's going to be off the street corners, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be keeping silence in that day, right? As a matter of fact, that's also in the book of Amos, right? Let me see. Oh, come. Chapter 5. Amos chapter 5, verse 13, it says, Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time, all right? So the wise are going to keep silence. The wise are not going to be speaking, you know? So when that time comes, all right, there will be no more answers, all right? No more, no more reproof and no more correction, all right? And as you can see, that's what's going on in Israel right now, man. Clearly, this is the result of lack of prudence in listening to the men of the Lord and listening to correction. You know what I'm saying? So judgment's coming, man. Judgment's coming. So let's continue on with the article. All right. It says, while this statistic alone is alarming and only scratches the surface of a broader issue, the gradual erosion of personal liberties, this decline extends beyond speech into the domain of thought, cognition, and economic autonomy. All right. And what your boy Yuval Noah Harari, what did he say? He said that humans are hackable animals, right? Humans are hackable. We can go into the mind and see what the mind is thinking. You know what I'm saying? So effectively, you won't have any control of your thoughts. All right. Very soon, those who take this charagma, all right, written in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, right? So let's see. It says, as this erosion continues, new technologies threaten to accelerate. Among these is the development of central bank digital currencies, which have been at the forefront of recent policy decisions. All right, though marketed as innovations to improve financial inclusion and efficiency, CBDCs raise legitimate concerns about freedom, privacy, and government overreach. It says, to understand the potential dangers of CBDC's adoption, it is critical to revisit Mark Weber's definition of state power. The politics as a vocation, in Politics as a Vocation, Weber describes the state as the institution that successfully claims a monopoly on the legitimate use of physical force within a given territory. All right. What comes to mind is the King Alpha Plan, Rex 84. All right. This definition is particularly relevant in the context of financial systems. Historically, markets have thrived on competition, innovation, and the decentralized nature of monetary policy. CBDCs, however, represent an attempt by the state to monopolize and centralize financial transactions under one digital umbrella. That's what we're seeing. You see what I'm saying? Senator Kristen Gillibrand has articulated that a CBDC could enhance financial inclusion, lower transaction costs, and improve monetary policy. While such benefits may appeal to those unfamiliar with economics, they conceal significant risks. As Frederick Hayek had warned, government control over economic systems is a dangerous path, right? Inevitably leading to greater centralization and reduced personal freedom. The invisible hand, as it were, of the market has proven far more reliable than the visible hand of state intervention. The question is whether we are willing to trade efficiency for liberty. All right? Once again, you know what I'm saying? Under the hands of a cruel Lord, man. Okay? Here's a good point. Check this out. One need only look at Niagara, one need only look at Nigeria's Naira, right? Naira, to glimpse the possible future of CBDCs introduced in 2021 following a cryptocurrency ban. The Naira was supposed to usher in a new era of financial stability. Instead, it became a tool for government control. Initially framed as a way to reduce physical cash transactions and promote digital payments, it soon encouraged significant obstacles, including volatility, high transaction costs, and a lack of transparency due to its closed, centralized blockchain. All right. For example, if you're, speaking of cost, if you're going to, let's say, buy some Bitcoin, all right, you have to pay a tax on that Bitcoin. You have to pay a cost to buy that Bitcoin. If you want to send that Bitcoin to someone else, you have to pay a cost on that, so on and so forth. All right, there's a constant tax on each of those transactions, going and coming. You know what I'm saying? Coming and going. All right. It says the Nigerian government imposed strict limits on Naira wallets, right? Strict limits, including daily withdrawal caps and balance restrictions. Despite government promises that physical cash would remain in circulation until the Naira was fully operational, over half the population was left holding worthless old banknotes. This left millions of impoverished Nigerians unable to access basic financial services, far from promoting inclusion. The Naira deepened existing economic inequalities. This case study highlights a crucial lesson. CBDCs are not neutral technologies. CBDCs are not neutral technologies. And if you think, because that was the whole pitch, right? That was the whole pitch between cryptocurrencies. Remember when it first came out, everybody was talking about Bitcoin. They was talking about what else? Ripple, Ethereum. Okay, and everybody was like, oh, this is free from the government's control. This is free from from government oversight and whatnot. They can't control it. They can't regulate it and this and that. We all gonna be rich. All right. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, man. If I I ain't gonna lie, man. If I can go back in time, I would have bought a couple Bitcoins before that shit blew up. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? That was the whole hook to grab people in, to bring people into this whole rave of digital transactions. You know what I'm saying? Digital transactions. I remember when I was younger, I was in I think I was in like ninth grade or something like that, right? Early high school, and they had just started to roll out what is it, the Easy Pass, right? And for those of you who were there when it first started, you know what it is, you know what I'm saying? Well, I remember when I was in school and I was speaking to one of my teachers, and she was telling me that it was that's the mark of the beast, you know what I'm saying? Now, while she was wrong, she was onto something. She was onto something, you know what I'm saying? It was another means of gradualization, you know what I'm saying? Gradually, you know, easing the public into the concept of, you know, electronic transactions, you know what I'm saying? Ease of convenience, right? I told my nephew many times, I was like, hey, nephew, listen, you know, convenience will be the end of people, you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what this is going to be, man, because the people are going to want it, you know what I'm saying? When they implement this CBDC, all right, when they implement the MOTB, you know what I'm saying? All right, the mark of the beast, people are going to want it. People are going to want this thing, all right? So let me see. It says, this case study highlights a crucial lesson. CBDCs are not neutral technologies. They come with inherent risks that disproportionately affect society's most vulnerable. For developing nations like Niagara. For developing nations like Nigeria, where over 90% of the population lives on less than $6.85 per day. Goddamn. The consequences of poorly implemented digital currencies are devastating. Right? But even in developed nations like the United States, such policies pose serious risks, and those risks are going to be reality, man. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. It's coming. So like I said, it's lengthy, so I'm not going to read any more of that. I just had to get that point. All right? So let's go to the next article. Bear with me. All right? Now check this shit out. Now check this out. You remember in the video that Dabu 7 was talking about there's a meeting that's going to be had at the Federal Reserve, right? There's going to be a board meeting on the 10th, right? So there's going to be a board meeting on the 10th, and you know they're going to be discussing financial policies and things of that nature, man. Notice all this stuff is going down right before the Passover, right? Right before the Passover on the 13th. Now, check this out. This is from End Time Headlines, okay? And it reads, elites to meet at White House with Trump to discuss plans of making the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. All right, the crypto capital of the world. You see what I'm saying? You see how all this stuff is starting to all correlate. You know what I'm saying? It's all coming together. All right. Let me get this in the book of Ezekiel. All right. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 7. All right. Ezekiel chapter 7. Let's start at verse 18. All right. Ezekiel 7 and 18, it says, they shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. All right, meaning they're going to be frightened. They're going to be they're going to be left in disarray, man. They're not going to know which way to turn, man. No one's going to have any answers. Watch what happens when no one can access their bank accounts. Watch what happens when there's no more power. You know what I'm saying? Put it in perspective, right? Put in perspective. Let's say if you got the dock workers, or you got the truck drivers, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. The people that make this whole economy continue to roll, right? Let's say they stop getting paid. They can't get their money, they can't access their money, or they're gonna work for free. You see what I'm saying? Are they gonna work for free for the better good of the economy, for the better good of America? No. No. Now, add this into the mix. What happens, because like Dabu had already stated, they stopped minting pennies. They stopped making pennies. Next, they're gonna move on to whatever. They're gonna move on to nickels and dimes and shit like that, right? Quarters. All right. I think they already got rid of the $100 bill, right? So where is this leading to? It's leading to the complete, destruction of money as you know it, right? So with that said, let's go to verse 19. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Heavenly Father Yahawah. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. See what I'm saying? Now I want to get that in the NLT. All right. All right. Ezekiel 7 verse 19 in the NLT. As a matter of fact, let me see what it's like in 18. Let's see. Nah, that's not a good translation, but here's a good translation for verse 19. All right. Ezekiel 7 and 19. They will throw their money in the streets, tossing it out like worthless trash. Their silver and their gold won't save them on that day of the Lord's anger. It will neither satisfy nor feed them, for their greed can only trip them up. That's a good one. That's a good translation right there, man. You know what I'm saying? You can take that and break it apart piece by piece, man. All right. They will throw their money in the streets, tossing it out like worthless trash. What happened over in Venezuela? You know what I'm saying? What happened over there when their money was worthless? And you started seeing these jokers, they was tossing all their money into the streets, you know what I'm saying, by the truckloads, man, because it was worthless. They couldn't do anything with it. You know what I'm saying? So how much more here in America, right? How much more here in America, man? Their silver and gold won't save them on that day of the Lord's anger. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it, because what's the number one go-to for all these preppers, right? They keep talking about gold and silver. Stack up on your gold, stack up on your silver, which that's a good thing to have. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing to have gold on deck. It's good to have silver on deck, platinum. All right, precious metals. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's a smart thing. All right. Even though our apostles tell us to go and grab some silver or some gold if you got it. You know what I'm saying? And it's no big deal. But think about this, man. It's not going to save you though. All right. Don't put your trust on it. All right. That's what our apostles tell us. All right. And that's what the scriptures tell us. Don't put your trust on these things, man. Don't put your trust on gold and silver, man. You know what I'm saying? Because there's only but so much that a barter system will continue. You see what I'm saying? Because people have to have something to barter with, right? People have to have things of equal exchange to barter with, right? Nobody ain't going. Now that's another thing. It has to a barter system deals with cooperation. You know what I'm saying? Are people going to be cooperating in the times of this so-called apocalypse? Are they going to be cooperating like good Samaritans? No. No, sir. The scriptures tell us differently in 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and chapter 16. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures tell us completely different, right? Check this. It says, it will neither satisfy nor feed them, for their greed can only trip them up. You know, it brings me to that one scene over in the movie The Book of Eli, right, with Denzel Washington, and he was talking to Solara, right? As a matter of fact, let me get that. I got that quote right here. Bear with me. All right. So this is the quote from Eli in the Book of Eli. He said, "People had more than they needed. We had no idea what was precious and what wasn't. We threw away things people kill each other for now." That's the reality of what's coming, right? That is the reality of what's coming. When you really, you know, dig into these scriptures and you understand exactly what this thing is talking about, you know what I'm saying? That there's no peace coming. There is no peace. Yahawah said it himself, "I've come to send fire on the planet. I've come to send fire on this world." All right. But what will I if it be already kindled? Right? What will I if it be already kindled, man? You know? So by the time the Lord Yahawah gets here, it's already going to be chaos. All right? It's already going to be chaos. It's already going to be, looting, you know what I'm saying? Destruction everywhere. It's already going to be happening. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to the article. All right, bear with me. All right, so back to the article in endtimeheadline.org. All right, it says elites to meet at White House with Trump to discuss plans of making the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. All right, this guy is sounding less and less pro-America, less and less pro, you know, the citizens, and more for the oligarchs, more and more for the quote-unquote deep state. You know what I'm saying? It says a historic gathering is set to take place at the White House, where cryptocurrency industry titans will meet with U.S. President Donald Trump to discuss the future of digital assets in America. The summit, first announced by the White House on February the 28th, comes as Trump pushes his ambitious vision to position the U.S. as the crypto capital of the world. The summit will feature some of the most influential figures in the crypto space. According to posts on X from Cointelegraph, attendees will include Michael Saylor, executive chairman of MicroStrategy, a company known for significant Bitcoin holdings; Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, one of the largest US-based cryptocurrency exchanges; Sergey Nazarov, a co-founder of Chainlink; and J.P. Richardson, CEO of Exodus. Reuters also noted that Vlad Tenev, CEO of Robinhood Markets, will be present as confirmed by a Robinhood spokeswoman alongside Zach Witkoff, a co-founder of Trump's own crypto venture, World Liberty Financial. Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, has also confirmed his attendance via a post on X praising Trump's acknowledgement of a multi-chain world that extends beyond Bitcoin. Garlinghouse's comments suggest that XRP, Ripple's associated cryptocurrency, could be among the coins under consideration for a proposed U.S. strategic reserve, a topic expected to dominate discussions. While the White House has not publicly detailed the summit's agenda, sources indicate that Trump's plan to establish a strategic cryptocurrency reserve will be a focal point. You see what's happening here? right? You see what's happening. All these things are coming into place. All right, the infrastructure, the infrastructure for digital transactions is being put in place. The digital infrastructure for technologies that will center around AI that's being put in place. Everything's being put into place, man. This whole system is being put in its proper place, right? And all that's going to lead to Revelation chapter 13, right? So while all this stuff is going on, while all this stuff is happening, you got all these false prophets. Bishop Nathaniel from IUIC, General Yohana from ISUPK, along with Captain Tazarak, right? You got Priest Zabak from HOI. You got who else? You got Bow Wow from BOW. You know what I'm saying? Ratazar Sharon. You got all these false prophets, man. All of them. You know what I'm saying? Every last one of these jokers. You know what I'm saying? None of them are sounding the alarm on this. Why are they not sounding the alarm? You see what I'm saying? Why are they not saying something about what's going on? Right? Let's get this in Revelation chapter 13. All right, they got a breakdown. They got every breakdown under the sun for this precept, except for what we see happening right here. And just like Elder Apostle Tahar said, what was a couple days ago, he said, y'all camp leaders, man, y'all have got a lot of explaining to do. Y'all have got a lot of explaining to do because y'all brought a lot of shit to GMS when all GMS has been doing was going into these prophecies, giving the warning to all the people saying, this is coming. This is what's coming. And it's accelerating. All right. Now Trump is in the office. Now shit's about to go at rapid speed. You see? And these false prophets are losing they're losing room to wiggle in. You know what I'm saying? And they're painting themselves into a corner. Right? Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma. All right, when you go into that word for mark, it's charagma. All right, there's so many breakdowns on that word for mark in Revelation 13 and 16. All right, all you gotta do is look, GMS, Mark of the Beast breakdown. That's all you gotta do. Just go into YouTube and look it up. It's right there. All right, it's right there. Look these things up. Get the information now. Get the truth now before they get rid of this. Before they get rid of the truth being readily accessible. All right. The scriptures say, seek the Lord while he may be found. All right. I was listening to Elder Ashiyar earlier this morning. You know what I'm saying? And he was doing a sit down in his car, and he was expounding on that. You know what I'm saying? The fact that it says, seek the Lord while he may be found, is giving you an understanding. All right, an understanding that this thing is time sensitive, man. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. This thing is given a certain window. All right, a certain window of access, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So you can't keep playing around, all right, and talking about, I'll take care of that later. You know what I'm saying? Or we still got more time. We still got 1,000 years between now and 1,000 years. Like, I'm not even going to get on that. I'm not even going to do that. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. You already know about Neuralink. You already know about these subdermal devices that's going underneath the skin and going inside your dome. You see what I'm saying? Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, that no man might buy nor sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right? So unless you're really linked in, unless you're linked into this whole system, they say what? They say you're not going to be able to participate in society. Bill Gates just said that. Bill Gates just said that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can find that. You know, like the time of playing games is over, man. Let's see. How's that worded? Let's look up Billy Boy. There we go. All right, so this was he said this last year, man. Last year. God damn. Wow. Well, says mandate Bill Gates digital ID for citizens who wish to participate in society. Maybe I saw that on a different site. Slacking. Well, I can't find the correct article. All right, so that sucks. But nevertheless, all right. You know, when you had what that dude Richard Seed, right? Richard Seed said, he said that you know, we're going to become gods, man. That's what they think. All right, we're going to become gods, and if you don't like it, you don't have to participate. You know, you don't have to participate, and that's how they think. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to have their reduction of the people. I'll put it that way. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have that. All right, by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're doing what they're doing with the food. They're doing what they're doing with the air, with the water. You know what I'm saying? I just saw another video from Instagram. They're putting certain juice, all right? I can't say the V word. They're putting certain things inside the plants. Literally, like this, we got to get out of here, man. There's no other explanation for this. You got to get out. We got to get out. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is coming back for the men that sigh and that cry, man. You know, Ezekiel chapter 9. He's coming back for He's coming back for the ones that's signing that's crying, man. You know what I'm saying? Ezekiel 9:4. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. All right. Now this word for mark is not the same. It's not the same mark for what's written in Revelation 13th chapter. All right. This mark is different. Okay. This is a spiritual mark. All right. In the Hebrew, it's thawah. All right, thawah, which is an exempt from judgment. All right, an exemption from judgment. All right. Now there is a punishment for you to take his mark, Esau's mark. You know what I'm saying? Right. So while the elect are being marked on this side, the 2/3 are going to be marked on this side. You know what I'm saying? And so the ones that's marked through the Spirit on the right hand side, they're going to make it out of this destruction. The ones that's marked on this side, on the left hand side, you know what I'm saying, are going to be set for destruction, man. You know? And the rest, there's nothing else for you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to fall in line with the same destruction. Right? So let me see. So we got the whole premise behind the CBDCs, right? And we got the fact that Esau's coming together with a whole shall I say, a whole meeting of the minds, if you will, you know what I'm saying, behind this beast system. You know what I'm saying? So they're having that meeting that's going to be taking place. There's another meeting that's taking place with the Federal Reserve, you know what I'm saying, the board meeting. That's going to be taking place on the 10th as well. Okay? So you got this whole infrastructure that's being put in place. All that's needed here is the right situation or the right circumstance to initiate this whole thing, to initiate the push for the reset. Right? Now let's take you to the last article. Bear with me. All right, so this last article comes from shtfplan.com. It says, the global trade war is officially on. Trudeau calls Trump dumb, and China promises to fight to the bitter end. All right? It says, I can hardly believe how rapidly economic events are moving now. The global trade war that has just erupted is going to be immensely painful. If you doubt this, just read all the way to the end of this article. There's a reason why the Dow Jones Industrial Average has fallen by more than 1,300 points over the past 2 days. The top minds of Wall Street clearly understand what's coming. China, Canada, Mexico, and the EU will avert disaster by negotiating with Trump, but they are all choosing not to do so. All right, they could avert disaster by negotiating with Trump, but they all are choosing not to do so. Right? That's Obadiah chapter 1 verse 7. Right? All of those that were confederate with thee. You know what I'm saying? They're turning against this place. They're turning against Esau. You know what I'm saying? We're also seeing a house divided. You know what I'm saying? So it says everyone is digging in for a long fight, and the result is going to be absolutely disastrous. Of course, all of this is happening at a time when it appears that a recession has already begun. A recession has already begun, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the closings that's happening. Look at all the businesses that's closing their doors, man. All the people that's getting laid off. You know what I'm saying? By the hundreds. Right? It says we are in far more trouble than most people realize, and the months ahead are likely to be quite excruciating. Shortly after Trump officially imposed high tariffs on goods coming from China, Canada, and Mexico, the Chinese and the Canadians announced new tariffs of their own. And we're already seeing that. I got that in the previous lesson. You know what I'm saying? Some of this liquor is going to be coming off the shelves. You know what I'm saying? Prices are going to be skyrocketing. You know what I'm saying? Expect this madness. Expect it. Expect the shit, man. Right? So let me end this off in the book of Isaiah, the 24th chapter, 16th verse. It says, from the uttermost part of the earth have we heard songs, even glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanness, woe unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yeah, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously. That's crazy, man. These people are absolutely bonkers, man. You know what I'm saying? While they was telling you peace and safety was coming, you know what I'm saying? All the while behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying? They're getting ready for the destruction. You know what I'm saying? They're getting ready to destroy the economy and cause hell for everybody, man. Proverbs chapter 26. I said I would end it, but let's get this. Proverbs 26 and 24. He that hateth dissembleth, with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. You see? So I'm going to cut that there. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakar Yahawah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. All right? I want to say call Halayim La, Allah Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi Bahashem Yahawadah. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. All right, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.